David here, One Up Gaming, episode 371, and we're going to go straight into this week's news. So, first of all, Activision Blizzard shares Xbox Game Pass plans, leaves the door open for Diablo 4 on Game Pass in 2024. Activision Blizzard has given the first glimpse of their plans for the Xbox Game Pass once the Microsoft deal has closed, saying they expect to start bringing their games to the service next year. Microsoft's acquisition of Activision Blizzard is expected to close today. Even still, in a statement on X, the company said not to expect titles like Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3 and Diablo 4 to hit the Game Pass this year. We continue to work towards regulatory approval of the Microsoft deal. We've been getting some questions whether our upcoming and recently launched games will be available via Game Pass, says the statement. While we do not have any plans to put Modern Warfare 3 or Diablo 4 into Game Pass this year once the deal closes, we expect to start working with Xbox to bring our titles to more players around the world, and we anticipate that we would begin adding games into Game Pass sometime in the course of next year. So, yeah, what do you guys think of that? Do you think it's... I think it will be a matter of time. They'll have to have certain deals with certain other companies, certain contracts that they've got. They'll have to wait till they expire. A bit like when they bought Bethesda, but they still had two games with Bethesda that actually lasted for the full, they bought them and then the games came out and they still had the 1 year exclusivity deal with them. So I think some of these games will have those sort of things happening, but we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens in the future. So next up we have Telltale Games has allegedly laid off most of its workers. Narrative adventure developer Telltale. Narrative. The studio is currently working on The Wolf Among Us 2, and which just released The Expanse, a Telltale series, has undergone layoffs, which one former employee says impacted most of the studio. The news first circulated via a post on X by former Telltale cinematic artist Jonah Huang, who said that these layoffs took place early September. Telltale has confirmed that it has undergone layoffs in a statement sent to IGN, but did not confirm the number or extent in a statement. Blah 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 blah. Notably, Huang was part of the first iteration of Telltale Games as well, which similarly underwent significant layoffs before closing entirely in 2019. The shutdown was attributed to investors backing out, but a year later LCG Entertainment revived the business name and several of its assets, hiring a number of its former workers as well. At the Game Awards in 2019, it announced it was creating a sequel to Telltale's A Wolf Among Us for a planned release in 2023. Then early this year, we sat down with Telltale CCO Jamie Ottley, who explained the game was being delayed due to struggles porting it from Unreal Engine 4 to 5 and a desire to avoid crunch. It does not apparently have a new release date. Also, these layoffs seem to have happened just weeks after Telltale acquired UK studio Flavorworks. These layoffs come as part of an ongoing trend of industry mass layoffs that have impacted a number of major studios over this year and last. These include layoffs at Naughty Dog, Team 17, Ascendant, Blizzard, BioWare, Epic Games, Blackbird Interactive, Striking Distance, BioWare again, Ubisoft, Scavengers Studio, CD Projekt, Embracer Group's numerous subdivisions, loads of them, Deviation Games, The Molasses Flood, Relic Entertainment, Riot, Xbox, and Unity, and many, many more. What do you guys think of all these layoffs or all these bits and bobs? Is it worth do you reckon that this is because like they're all starting to look at unionizing now, and they're like, oh, we better get rid of all this dead wood that we don't need, because they'll go on strike if we can't pay them their weekly wage, or we can't justify having them every day in the studio when we don't need them, things like that. Please leave comments, let me know what you guys think. Oh god, this ear is so itchy. Anyway, we'll move to the next bit of news, and that is, this may be the last PlayStation exclusive content for Call of Duty that ever gets. Activision has unveiled PlayStation exclusive content coming to Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3, potentially the last PlayStation exclusive content Call of Duty will ever get. Well, when does the Call of Duty deal run out with Sony? I can't remember when it runs out. Modern Warfare 3 is set for an exclusive operator called Lockpick, who comes with a variety of related items. PlayStation owners who pre-order Modern Warfare 3 got the bundle, which includes a unique knife and SMG at launch in November. Promotional material confirms this content is exclusive to PlayStation platforms for a year until November 9th, 2024. Yeah, what do you guys think? I'm not going to go through all the FTC crap, but what do you guys think? I really don't like the exclusive things for a year and all this kind of stuff. Just make the game. If you're gonna do it exclusive, just lock it out for everyone. Just make the game for one console and just that's it. I hate the fact of like the Avengers game where the Spider-Man sort of character was an exclusive to Sony, just because of the deal Sony has with the games and the movies and things, and it's just weird. It really is just a weird state of affairs. Leave comments, what do you guys think about these things? So we'll move into the next bit of news, and that is, Sony confirms data breach impacted nearly 7,000 current and former employees. Sony has begun contacting thousands of current and former staff impacted by recent data breaches after a ransomware group claimed last week it had accessed the company's systems. As reported by Bleeping Computer, Sony has now informed employees of its Sony Interactive Entertainment division whose data was exposed. The outlet wrote that the notification was sent out to about 6,800 individuals impacted by the breach. Sony disclosed in the notification to victims that the breach was due to a vulnerability in the Move It Transfer, a file managed transfer software employees at Sony and other companies use. I don't know. What do you guys think? Is this just for Sony employees, or they're covering up the other things? I guess we'll have to wait and find out what other things get exposed. But yeah, it's crap that everyone tries to get the big guys. Anyway, next up, why fans think Loki Season 2 has a link to X-Men. The first episode of Loki Season 2 is now streaming on Disney+, and eagle-eyed fans think that the premiere includes a link to X-Men after spotting what appears to be a visual reference to the franchise. The episode titled Ouroboros, that's the one where the snake's eating itself to make an infinity sort of thing, found Tom Hiddleston's, God, I can't say nothing today, God of Mischief lost into time and torn quite literally between past, present and future. Ki Hugh Kwan's new fan favourite character, Obi, no idea, I'll have to watch it I guess, is enlisted to help Loki with his time slipping problem and uses a temporal aura extractor to extract him from the time stream. Oh, it's getting weird. Some people noticed a striking resemblance between the door leading to the temporal loom in Loki to the entrance of Cerebro in Fox's X-Men franchise. Posting the two side by side, the comparisons prompted speculation as to whether the moment is a fun Easter egg or hinting at a possible X-Men connection. I don't know. We'll find out. I'd like to have seen the full thing. The majority agreed that it was an intentional nod, but questions remain over its significance. The observation is all of the more pertinent because it comes 1 week after the news of an X-Men movie reportedly being in early development at Marvel Studios, heightening people to everything X-Men related within the MCU. The familiar-looking X-marked door was not only a apparent Easter egg in the premiere, as fans also noticed an interesting little nod to the Thor comics in the post-credit scene, leaving fans with some big questions about the future. Only time will tell, blah 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 blah. It might also be the fact that they just reused assets from an older movie and just thought the door looked cool, and they just resprayed it different colour just to try and make it look different. I don't know, but I guess we will see in the future of what they're trying to do, what they're planning, and what they're sort of doing. But next up, iRacing acquires NASCAR gaming rights, new title to come out in 2025. iRacing announced today that it has acquired the NASCAR team properties exclusive simulation-style console racing game license, with its first project based on the newly acquired property slated to release in a couple of years. In a press release, iRacing announced that the license will transfer from Motorsport Games to iRacing once the NASCAR team properties approves the sale. The latter will then begin development on the next NASCAR game, with a 2025 release window currently set. iRacing will serve as the game's publisher, but no developer has been named as of yet. When we were approached with the option to acquire the license for the simulation-style NASCAR, bloody hell, simulation-style, yeah, it's not an arcade racer, is it? Which was the console game and franchise that we were dreaming about doing. It was an opportunity we couldn't pass up, iRacing president Tony Gardner said in a press release. Having the ability to build a NASCAR console game is a privilege we promise to execute with the utmost care. We look forward to working diligently with NASCAR industry stakeholders to deliver a product that provides an amazing experience for the gaming community and NASCAR fans worldwide. Yeah, what do you guys think? Is it worth it, or is it just going to be the same sort of game again that gets released next year? I've not really played many of the NASCAR sort of games, because when I play a racing game, yes, I'd like it to be a bit realistic and a bit simmy, but I also like a little bit of fun. I think that's why the Gran Turismo and the Forza sort of games, they're nearly perfect, aren't they? It makes you think it's a real game, when in fact it is very arcadey. You know, the handling, the grip, the mechanics. It's just meant to be played. But we'll see what happens. We will see. Leave comments. Let us know. Next up, Lies of P DLC is seemingly confirmed. It sounds like the Bloodborne, why is it called Bloodborne? Like it's a Dark Souls, like it's a Souls, like. I think people just oh, Bloodborne's a cool game. No, shut up. Bloodborne was made with the Souls engine. Just call it a Souls game. Dark Pinocchio Fantasy Lies of P might have DLC on the horizon. Ex-user Okami Games first pointed out the listing earlier today, which is from a post of the company's official job board. The post itself is in Korean, but IGN has confirmed that the listing is for a quest planner role for Lies of P DLC, with one of the bullet points on the listing directly stating that the DLC is in development. Updated, NeoWiz has responded to IGN's request for comment by nothing it did not have an official. Why do these just randomly appear in the middle of stuff? It's annoying. Lies of P, however, nothing it did not have an official. I have no idea. However, the studio referred us to a recent blog post which notes that NeoWiz will be providing a roadmap of the content planned for Lies of P as soon as it is ready. that's basically it, isn't it? They're going to do DLC for Lies of P. Are you excited? Did you enjoy the game? I loved the game. It's very hard, and it's one of those games that I just can't seem to play and do well, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. Because I have no idea what any of these sort of things happen. So, I guess we'll move on to the next bit. And leave comments. Let us know what you guys think about all these news. Anyway, next up. Unity CEO John Riccitiello to step down in wake of investment fee controversy. In the wake of a massive controversy regarding previously announced and then walked back install fees, Unity's John Riccitiello is retiring as president, CEO, chairman, and a member of the board of the directors, effective immediately. The company has announced today. Bloody hell, that's a lot of stuff gone. James M. Whitehurst, meanwhile, will be appointed interim CEO, president, and member of the board and lead independent director of the Unity board. Rolf Botha has been appointed chairman. The board will commence a search process to find a permanent CEO. Unity says Riccitiello will continue to advise the game engine maker to ensure a smooth transition. Today's announcement did not specify why Riccitiello was stepping down, but in a statement he said it's been a privilege to lead Unity for nearly a decade and serve our employees, customers, developers and partners, all of whom have been instrumental to the company's growth. Yeah, I'm not going to go into the details of why he's leaving. I think everyone knows the basics of the last few weeks, month of Unity. And yeah, so we'll move into the next bit of news, and that one is, my friends, Fantastic Four director says they're aiming to start filming in spring 2024. As the writer's strike is over and the actors in negotiations with Hollywood's studios as we speak, countless productions are getting ready to rev up again, including the highly anticipated new Fantastic Four film. Director Matt Shakman delivered a slight update on the Marvel Studios project in a new interview with Colander, where he shared that they're aiming to start filming in spring 2024, given that SAG-AFTRA can nail down a fair deal with studios soon, and teased an impending casting announcement, something that's been wildly anticipated. Asked if they were planning to go into production in 2024, Shakeman said, "We are definitely gonna go in front." Oh, I'm sick of it. In front of the cameras next year, probably the spring, at Pinewood London Studios. He pointed out that screenwriter Josh Friedman, who was brought on back in March, is now able to work on the script again, and that has a lot of momentum. Yeah, I don't know. I am interested how they implement some of these newer franchises into the MCU, but I'm also skeptical because the last 3 or 4 MCU movies have not been the best. I did watch the Secret whatever it was called, on Netflix, you know what I mean, on the streaming service, and it was okay. I mean, I think I read a couple of years ago that it was meant to be like a movie, and I can kind of understand why they dropped it to a series, because it wasn't like exciting enough to be a full movie. It got some of the backstory done, some of the other bits and bobs done, and I quite enjoyed that. So we'll move on to the last bit of news this week. Pokemon live action series gets its first trailer. Pokemon Red is about to take center stage in the upcoming live action series. A new trailer for the upcoming show called Poke Tetsumi, I don't know, has debuted online, revealing that it's actually all about the classic Pokemon game affects one of its players. Oh, what the hell? The drama follows, I'm not going to try and say these names, a university graduate who quits her job in a small Japanese port town to head to Tokyo for a new start. However, she bites off more than she can chew, taking on a presentation at her new company, Adventure, that sees the fate of the company resting on her shoulders. Enter Pokemon Red. Her mother, worried about a stressful experience, sent her a care package. It's Madoka's old Game Boy and the original copy of Pokemon Red that she played as a child. Revisiting the game for the first time in 20 years, she realizes it might just help her tackle her own problems. It builds the first Pokemon human drama, which sees the main character grow through her experience with the game. Oh, don't know. What do you guys think about this? I'm not 100% sure. I think it's just more gobbledygook, just with the name, the brands, things like that. But that's the news this week. So please go to our website, oneupgaming.co.uk. Check us out. Check us out on YouTube. Subscribe to us, like us, share us, bell us for all of our updates. And thank you. So I'll move straight into this week's UK Top 40. So back after this quick, don't know what it's called, quick link, quick tag, tick, intro. 10 seconds. Come on, guys. You can do it.